Welcome, everybody. My dear colleagues, team members, and all people gathered here. Well, actually, we are going to talk about challenges, but I feel right now that the biggest challenge for us is how to focus your attention on our presentation before the lunchtime, because that's the most demanding thing. Okay. Yeah, so let's talk about challenges. Challenges, so it means we are going to talk about our common project we called DiamondDT. We decided to apply for this one among the Erasmus Plus projects. And in a moment I'm going to tell you why we decided to do that, because there are some very important reasons. But I'm really proud because last year when I've been here, over here, and we had a talk with my friend Robert before the panel, and was directly connected with the design thinking and education. And we've been talking about if it's really worth to introduce the diamond thinking, design thinking into the education path. And actually after that, we are like 1 year after that, and we are here. And we've obtained the support from the European Union because they decided that among all the projects which were applied, this one was one of the 11 which was supported financially. So they decided that maybe it's quite interesting and worth to realize it. So let's talk about Diamond. So we have representatives over here, and I represent the Łódź University of Technology. We are the main coordinator of the project. And why we decided to apply for it? Because when we came back in 2012 from United States, from this school, together with several of my friends, right now we are gathered in something what we called like DT for You at the Łódź University of Technology. And we started to work with design thinking, sharing it, our enthusiasm with students, with teachers, doing some workshops, a lot of things connected with just introducing, present people, how good it is, how many very, very good opportunities it gives you. So actually, thanks to one of the process we've been realizing with the students, we decided that one of the most important thing is what we would like to do exactly for them. Because one of the projects the students decided to undertake, and it was the project connected what would be the main improvement into the education system for you. So what would be the best for students? And they pointed out that if we go to the company and we do the interview, so they very often ask not about the technical skills. I'm very good at IT, and I have a huge knowledge about this one. But when they ask me about how do you share the enthusiasm with the others? What are the ability of project realization? Yeah? What is your creativity? And they stacked. They said, all right, I would like to have something like that during the education path. Not just being an IT professionalist. So we decided, okay, the most important thing and the best one, which we know, which should be done, and we've done, it was to do the empathy with the students and the employers, asking them, all right, point us, what is really important for you? How do you think? So we've done it, and we asked questions. Okay, look at that. Which skills and competences do you consider important? Asking students. And they pointed that what is really important for them. It's like thinking skills, for example. Yeah? We also asked the administration part of the university, and they pointed that what they think should be included into practical tasks and assignments in the courses. That is really that. Yeah? And at the end, we asked also, there was many responders. I forgot to mention about it, so we've done it among the Europe. There was several hundred answers among the survey we've done, and among 7 countries among Europe. So it was really quite a huge perspective for this. And we ask employees, skills and concepts expected from graduate what apply for job in your company. And look at that. They say, all right, if you would like to have a specialist, like a technical one, so we can, even if the graduate come to us and say, all right, I cannot do this or that because I do not have these abilities, these skills. Well, we can afford for sending those graduates for the courses for like 2 or 3 months, and they obtain these skills. But if they cannot work with other people to communicate with them, if they do not have this open-minded thinking, skills of thinking and communication with other people, well, we are not able to learn them. Yeah? So we'd like to have students who are able to do that. And this is the point for us when we decided, okay, so that's what we would like to do. It's like creating students, graduates, which will have not only this part, this one, I don't see it. Never mind, the specialized knowledge and skills. We would like to take also into consideration this socio-economical aspect of those people. Because if you take a look at all these previous speakers, they thought about design thinking process in company, in business, if it's work or not. Okay, that's what they're doing. It's like doing courses among the colleagues. But actually, why not to give the knowledge to students, which in a moment will be graduates, coming to your company and having those skills. You do not have to learn them. You just can start cooperate with them, yeah, together. So the personality, just right after the studies. And we apply for a Diamond. If you think about design thinking process, you think probably about creativity, innovation, business, and so on and so on. And actually, those projects includes everything like that. Because in our opinion, there is no reason to exclude something. Because if it cooperates, so if we offer the project for students and we apply the real business to the projects, so the business comes with the problem, so it means that students create solution for them and feel the reality of that. And this is also the education process for them. We call it innovative one. But if you combine it together with others processes in teaching, like problem-based learning, project-based learning, and many others, so the results are very surprising, and we know that already. So what is the Diamond project activities? Well, the national agency decided that all those activities we've planned for 3 years, we are actually able to do within 2 years. So we have to do that to manage it, to cope with 2 years activities, and we have a lot of intellectual outputs, which actually can call like tasks. And as you see, mainly this is like a cooperation. And cooperation between tutors, mentors, students. But what is very important, and was very important for us applying for the project, not on the national level, but on the international level. If you take a look at the consortium, today we thought, and you asked, I don't remember who, but asked Matthew about the culture, what is important. And that's really important. In each of our team, we have some members who brought to the European country, the original European country, the knowledge came from Stanford University, from the United States. So, and actually, we know very good that implementation, the direct process from the United States, is impossible in Europe, just being straight like this. Because in the United States, you have open-minded people, yeah? They ask very easily and so on. In Europe, the conversation, it's much harder. But nevertheless, it's worth to implement it on this level. And I think it's possible because we, in our consortium, we are able to share knowledge and experiences on the international level. And as a result of this, we are going to provide a handbook. So this will be like a book for everybody who cope with design thinking on the educational path, on the business path, actually like a tips for you, what can go wrong, what can be fine, yeah, what you should take on. For us, the first step for exchanging knowledge was among the teachers, and that we've done in Tromsø. Did I pronounce it correctly? Yeah. In Tromsø, we gathered all the partners, teachers, staff, and Alex is going to tell you much more about the experience in Tromsø.
Okay. So all the 4 universities were represented in Tromsø, and first we need to show where Tromsø is. There was supposed to be some maps here showing that we're very far north, but it's also a very beautiful place, as you can see from the images here. It's always like that in summer, and always like that in winter. Sometimes it is. So, at the University of Tromsø, we do our design teaching from a place called the DT Lab, founded by our first speaker, Federico, 4 years ago. And this group came up here to learn about design thinking. And in the beginning, we sat down around the table. That's not how we teach design thinking in Tromsø, because we go outside. So we had a fictive case at the library. And the first thing we did was to go to the library, of course, to teach or to learn from the actual users. But when in Tromsø, it's important to dress up properly. So after we spent some time at the library, we returned to the DT Lab, post-its on the walls to map out all the information we had. We did some brainstorming and more prototyping and the steps Matthew mentioned. Here's like a huge prototype of something. Here's a more model-looking prototype. And finally, we present our awesome work. And this is sort of the way we always teach design thinking. It's by a combination of lectures, exercises, and actual doing it. And we believe you can't have one without the other. So, yeah. Also at the university, we have 3 different classes where we teach design thinking, and our sort of most popular and most successful class is the corporate entrepreneurship, where we do challenges for the local industry. So usually we have 3 companies come in, they present a case, and the students work in exactly the same fashion, just over 1 to 3 months on that challenge, and results so far have been very great. This is some examples of companies we work with. Kongsberg Satellite Service. We have an IT partner. Also, Tromsø is not a big city, but we are very happy with the sort of traction we have in the local area. So we never have problems getting new cases. And if you want to talk about company cases and students at some point, please do say hello.
Okay, thank you, Alex. My part will be about our results. How do we want to obtain the results, and what do we have to do to reach the goals? DiamondDT is a challenge for 4 members from 3 countries. Norway, Spain, and Poland. The first thing that we have to consider is how to find a common denominator for our activities, because we can teach, we think that we can teach design thinking, Norwegian can, as well as Spanish can teach, but the problem is that we cannot introduce study program, which is correct in Poland, to Norwegian educational system or Spanish educational system in the same way. Something that works in Spain, it cannot or it may not work in Poland or in Norway. But if we cooperate, we can find the things that can gain or provide the synergy effect for each partner. This year, we started the activities with our students. As SHOPA, we have a quite big experience with projects and companies, but this type of project is completely different than working with students and working on the way like we conduct normal classes with students during their studies. In Poland, we have classes. Usually, they are divided into 15 meetings, and it's about 30 hours on the practical classes with students. When we consider projects that we usually work a whole day, 8 hours on one project, and this is different work, then we meet 15 times in the periods of 1 day per week. That's why it is very important to correctly divide the program and the material and to let students work individually after classes or between our meetings. We found, we are very surprised because it's quite difficult to attract students for not obligatory classes, and so far we don't provide anything which is profitable for students. We don't pay them money, we don't give them any presents, but we found students who really want to cooperate with us, and we also get very interesting topic from our friendly entrepreneur. They've worked on the real problem. It's also very important for students if they work on the real problem, not just problem that was imagined for the classes, for the purpose of classes. That's why they are also involved in this project much better. In this case, it was the first step to introduce DT like a methodology into the study program, because it can be adopted in classes that are problem and project-based learning. We didn't tell students that they are experimental rabbits, but I think we could gain a lot of experience after these classes, so we can treat it like this. This semester, it was very important for us. We gained a lot of experience. We learned again about this, how to teach design thinking and how to teach in a different way. But we still have more activities that we will do together with our partners. This summer, each of us will provide National Academy of Good Practice for students who didn't have any experience with design thinking, and also for students who participated in such classes this semester. It will provide experience for us at the national level. And then we have to combine this experience together on the international level. So next year we are going together with our students to Vigo, to Spain, and then we will work on development of educational materials which will be available for anyone who is interested in our experience. So we will, if anyone wants to reach these materials, they will be available probably in the online version for anyone who is interested. We launched our website, so we invite everyone just to register, both academical staff, students, and anyone who wants to share our experience with us. Thank you very much.
Dziękujemy serdecznie.